What's going on YouTube? Welcome to a new episode. Starting off here with our typical back day workout. Doing some hybrid rows from the ground for power, explosiveness, and because barbell rows suck for me honestly. So just trying to put in some work to get some explosiveness off the ground, and I like moving the heavier weights. Again, a little bit of body English here just for power and explosivity. Not trying to do a strict row. That is not something I'm looking to do or whatever. There's a lot of other accessory works and stuff that I've done to get the hypertrophy in the back, which you'll see, and then at the end of every workout here. So trying to go as heavy as I can go after this injury. Again, not related to the row. It was the log about a year ago. So we're coming up on quite a while away from the first time that we got injured, but it's taken some time to come back, and we're not quite 100% where we were before, but we're trending in the right direction and just really hoping we can get back there at some point. So we're just going to do the things we used to do to get to where we were, get our strength back, stay healthy, and kind of, return to normalcy, so to speak. There's still some things that I'm working on that I'm patient, so I'm not too concerned. And then we're going in stride here too. So barbell rows after the fact, and again, I really hate these, the ones where you're kind of levitating the weight off the ground, supporting it there. I like the full reset. I feel like I can get a better contraction, and you will get a better pump doing this just because of the constant tension, but I don't know. I've got such a weird torso. It always feels weird when I try and, get all the reps in one go here. That's why I really like the hybrid row from the ground, or pen lay row if you want to be more strict. It's just a little bit better for me, and that's just, I don't know how I'm built. I got a weird build, I'm telling you. I got no torso, long arms, long legs, so built like a potato. So having a couple more inches of torso would be probably beneficial for a lot of the lifting, but I don't think you can buy that in the store. Low row here, and just doing slight little pauses just to feel the contraction. This is more of underhand. You can kind of see me gripping it that way, which I don't normally pull from. I really like the overhand better. I feel like there's a better contraction with the lats. It doesn't remove the bicep, but it's just less emphasis on the bicep, which can be a limiting factor. And obviously with the bicep injury, doing things that will take any additional or unnecessary stress off there, however I speak. So like this mag grip here, I will do lat pull downs with the traditional bar, the long, it's got the kind of curvature into it, but these mag grip ones, especially this one where you've got the internal rotation, is super nice, and I can get a nice stretch of my lats, which you can see here. And then the long arms, though, it is sometimes really hard to touch chest and get into the correct position. This Avenger row here is really nice too. It's a little bit different, not as free weighty. It's a challenge, and that's why I started doing it. And I've got the pad in front of me, which I do like. It's good for support and to brace or whatever, kind of like a chest supported T-bar row, except it doesn't hurt when you do it. I really don't like the chest supported T-bar row, but I really felt the stress and contraction here, so really enjoyed it. And yeah, it is what it is. Back is not hard to hit. It's just finding the right range of motion and being consistent with it. Moving on to our secondary chest and triceps. So starting off with the close grip bench. And we've been hovering up the upper 250 plus, so I'm happy about that. I think we're hitting 275 here. And it's been hit or miss. Sometimes the elbows and stuff will get a little bit discomfort, and I'll throw the wrist wraps on, but I think this workout I didn't do that. And then again, keeping everything nice and paused so that we're controlled, we're not bouncing the weight around, and getting that power benefit out of it. This isn't really much for hypertrophy. It's more so conditioning the body to press in a certain way so that when I go to my competition, I don't compete, but the traditional competition bench, the pinky, geez, I'm forgetting my digits here, pinky on the ring, allows you to do a little bit more weight. And so if I can hover around the 275-ish range and nearly 300 with the close grip, then I know that my conventional competition grip bench is going to be pretty solid too, though. But yeah, these are harder. The range of motion is longer, and if I do misgroove, I do tend to get punished for it. So I'm just trying to be careful with that. But just, various angles of where I'm touching, and a bench is a bench. I don't want to, maybe I would. I don't know. I'm considering going back to like a wide grip bench twice a week, but going lighter and maybe for more reps, maybe not pause, but we'll mix stuff up. I'm liking the close grip though, because I do feel like my triceps are a weakness. And I think that mainly comes from, you can see how long my forearms are compared to like my upper arm. So like the range of motion is very weird. You know, the majority of the muscle mass is in the bicep and tricep, which is in the lower arm. And so to really drive, like you're kind of at a disadvantage with the long forearms, just because there's just more range of motion to travel through. So you got to be careful. But, you know, doing better here on the OHPs, still slow, not where I want them to be, but we're trending in the right direction and just remembering my form and trying to stay healthy. And these will carry over. You know, anything overhead is going to be great for upper body strength. It's going to be a nice carryover with the bench, and you'll get a lot of tricep work and stuff too, though. It's just a type of overload that you're not going to get from just doing like tricep pushdowns and stuff. And then again, going heavy on the dumbbell bench too here, flat, and trying to do these for high reps. So, you know, we could go heavier and do fewer, but I am liking the pump I'm getting, the time under tension. That's like really nice. Something that it is a struggle at the higher rep ranges though. I do start to have some fall off and fatigue, especially from the previous heavy sets, but I wouldn't have it any other way. I like challenging myself, and I don't always, with the dumbbells, you know, once you get into the 100 pounds, you're making, I mean, you have to make 5-10 pound jumps, which is substantial. So if you can add a rep here or two, it's a little bit easier than adding poundage. You can buy magnetic plates and put them on there, but creates a whole, you know, different system or whatever. So I'd rather just rep them. You get the benefit of the range of motion, the pump, and then moving those nice weights. So it really, you know, it depends. I wish somebody would invent some sort of system, or it's maybe not like the power blocks or whatever, because those would be huge, but something where you have like the little mini increments in between all the dumbbells to make it a little bit easier, so to speak, and things like that too. So incline fly here, really liking this. Just takes a lot of stress off of the incline fly I used to do with the dumbbells. Like I said, it's just I've got really dainty wrists and joints, so it is hard to hold those 100+ pound dumbbells when I used to do them. And here I could just put my forearms on a pad, get aligned, and then, you know, do what I need to do here. And a little deviation from like the cable crossover, which I do standing, which it gets busy a lot. So having this here is super useful. You get the same contraction. And at this point, if I did dumbbells, I'd be fatigued from all the pressing I did. With that as well too, you can kind of see everything else in the workout. Just a lot of pressing, and those dumbbells do get kind of fatiguing. So, but yeah, that's the workout there. Doing our traditional stuff, same stuff over and over again, just trying to get better and better. You'll see the workout here. Like, comment, subscribe. See you in the next one.
Thanks for watching the latest video. If you want to help support the channel, I actually own my own wet shaving and grooming e-commerce website where everything's handmade by me. It's www.apexsoaps.com, and you can get a 10% off code using wet shaver. We've got some cool scents here. We've got some Coca-Cola scents, a horchata scent, traditional barbershop, just some really cool stuff. And you can purchase samples or you can buy the whole set. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out via email. Be quick to respond. Thanks for watching.